All right, and we are live for game one on Friday, August 14th. The Orioles play the Nationals. This is a suspended game that is now being resumed with two men on one out in the top of the sixth inning.
Yeah, we did our commentary a couple weeks ago and bringing it back for a second round. We're going to make some changes, do a little bit of a better job this time. And we're going to start off with Pat Valaika at bat. You don't see too many Pat Valaika leadoff days, but here we are.
Yeah, hopefully he's got an RBI opportunity. Game starts in about 3 minutes, so hopefully that'll work out for him.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I mean, I've never seen something like this before. A suspended game happening again. So, this inning so far, there's 2 runners on, so we have a chance to drive in some runs here. It's definitely a different situation, but we're going to follow it, and hopefully it goes well for the O's.
Yeah, you got a 3-run lead. I think I saw a tweet from Steve Molesky today that explained how the winning streak scenarios would go if they won today versus they lost this game. So something to keep in mind is they're going for their 6th straight victory. This is retroactive to Sunday. So
yeah, and all the stats you'll see probably throughout this game will be retroactive to Sunday, like you just said. So take everything with a grain of salt that you see because it's not probably true. Like I see right now, Santander's batting average is 237. That's not where it is now. It's in the 260s. So everything's changed. Like I said, totally unique scenario. It doesn't happen often, so we'll just have to roll with it here. And we do want to announce that we do have a guest coming on in a few minutes here after the 6th inning, and that will be Ryan Blake. You know him on Twitter as Orioles Fan Problems, and he will be joining us after the 6th inning. So that would be a cool experience to have for everyone.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I know he was talking today on Twitter about doing some games, having the games being muted and kind of just do his own thing. I know he's had a few questions about actually showing the game. Pretty sure that's frowned upon. I don't think we would do that here, but it's still a different perspective, getting some different commentary.
Yeah, I mean it's something that would definitely enhance the experience if we did it, but we just can't do it. It's something that we get shut down pretty quickly. We tried to play MLB footage on here once, if you guys remember, in the Blue Jays Rewind game that we did with the Yunsu homer, and we got shut down. So we're gonna not do that again, and hopefully we won't get shut down ever again. And I do want to note that Washington is making a pitching change. They're going to bring in Kyle Finnegan. He's a right-handed pitcher, and he's going to be facing the O's to lead off this game.
Yeah, I think the opposing team gets maybe an initial advantage, not necessarily with players on base, but they can basically choose the pitcher they would like to come into the game. Obviously, I guess the players who have been either pinch hit for, pinch ran for, or maybe pitching changes can't re-enter the game. I'm not really clear on that, but
yeah, I really don't know either. We're picking up right where we left off, so I would assume that it's kind of the same rules. You can't bring someone back in, but I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone knows, really. We'll just have to play it by ear and see how it goes.
I don't think Rob Manfred knows that either.
He probably doesn't. But we also don't know who the Orioles starter is today. So a lot of people talked about maybe Chandler Shepard since he was called up today for Hess, or Keegan Aiken, or it could be a guy like Lakins who can give us some more innings. I don't know who it's going to be, but I'm excited to see who we throw out there. But we will be facing Kyle Finnegan to start it off, and Pat Valaika will step in here any second.
We're showing the defense of the Nationals right now. Juan Soto on left. You got Michael Taylor in center, Adam Eaton in right, and an infield of Asdrubal Cabrera, Starlin Castro, Trey Turner, Keyboom. I believe that's
friend of the podcast.
Yeah, friend of the podcast, and then Jan Gomes behind the dish.
Yep. So pretty much the same Nationals team we saw last time. They can't really make any changes, so this will be right where they left off. And Finnegan's been in 4 games, 0 ERA so far, 5 1/3 innings, so he's been a nice year. I'm not too aware of Kyle Finnegan, but looks like he's pretty decent.
I wonder if he has any relation to Brandon Finnegan because they kind of look similar.
No idea.
But
no idea.
One's lefty, one's a righty.
Yeah, opponents are hitting 111 off him, so it's not bad.
Interesting.
Nationals could definitely use bullpen help. I mean, they're a team that I think could be active on the trade market this year because they just have nothing out there. I don't know how they won a World Series with that bullpen last year. I mean, we imploded their bullpen in the last series. So, I mean, Javi Guerra's fine. He's an up and coming, I think, really good pitcher.
I think Sean Doolittle has really taken a step back.
Yeah. His velocity's gone. It almost seems like it's just a very different looking Doolittle so far. But maybe we'll see some changes down the stretch. I mean, guys make a lot of adjustments before the year's over, so that could be possible. But what do you think about Pat Valaika in this matchup? Do you like it?
Yeah, like him. He's got some pop. He's already hit some home runs on the year, and
Yeah.
I think he was with Colorado last, and I think he kind of showcased his power there. Pretty much a bench option at this point, but hey, I mean, with Iglesias' injuries, some other guys you want to put him at third base, he's a good option there.
Yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised. I didn't have much expectations, and he's probably outdone my expectations so far. I mean, he hasn't been great. He hasn't been all-star level or something like that, but he's been fine. He's been probably better than a lot of the utility men we've had in the past. I mean, I would even argue he's been better than Wilkerson with the bat so far. So I know a lot of people will come back at me for that. There's a lot of people who love Wilkerson, but Valek's been not bad. And I love his way to play, the way he plays short. I think he's not bad there at all. And this game is going to be underway now. So, yeah, Valeka coming in, swinging not so hot of a bat. He kind of cooled down since the early part of the season, but I think he's still a good threat in this matchup right here.
I feel like it kind of looks like a right-handed version of Nate McLeod.
Really?
I
don't see that.
Just an appearance.
I mean, I kind of see it with the hair maybe, but I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's pretty close. I mean, let's see if we can hit the foul pole with that bat. I do want to make a note, Matt, that Anthony Santander hit the foul pole the other day.
Yeah, I saw your tweet.
We got 2 likes. I'm very disappointed.
Happens.
It was a good tweet.
It happens.
But Finnegan stepped off there, so his first pitch is in, and it's a strike.
I think I am a little bit ahead of you, so I will.
Yeah, that's
say a word.
Usually how it goes.
Must be the dish.
We're going to try not to, it must be the dish, but we're going to try not to do as much commentary in this game as we did last time, just because you can kind of see what's going on if you're watching the game. So,
all right, we got a ball in play.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's pretty deep, and it's going to be caught by Robles. Should move a runner up. I actually believe that's Michael A. Taylor out there. So,
all right, obviously, this game being played under circumstances because the Nationals tarp crew couldn't get the tarp on the field in time.
This game should have already been won. There's no reason for us to be playing this game right now. But yeah, that's how it goes. It's just not a great situation for the Orioles because that under general circumstances in a normal year we probably would have won this game. So Nationals screwed up. Not really our fault, but here we are. And runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Yeah, Brian Holiday at the dish.
I don't know how to judge Brian Holiday yet. I guess I haven't seen enough, but he's been hitting the ball okay so far. So I'm not gonna.
I think okay is good for him, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this team top to bottom, it's been full of insane batting averages and OPS. I mean, it's been incredible. We had one of the best hitting stats across the board on the team and the whole league right now. On this team. So Holiday, not one of those guys, but he hit 280 for the Marlins last year. That's pretty decent on a bad team.
Oh, so
yeah. And there is now a ball and a strike. Obviously we're behind here a bit. But
Brandon Hyde's got to be happy with the performances so far.
I don't give
a depression quote for Brendan Hyde.
Yeah, I don't give him much credit. I mean, I'll be the first one to say that, but honestly, he's done a really nice job this year. I can't complain about him. The lineups and the pitching changes are a little bit suspect, but he's been solid. And we have a ball in play to the right side. Incredible play by Castro, but he can't make it. And the Romo score is now 6-2 O's. There we go. Orioles capitalize on a 2-run with 2 runners on and 1 out. The Orioles find a way to drive a homer run, and Holiday, not bad. I'm not complaining.
Yep. So I guess that run gets earned to the other pitcher for the Nationals.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really know how this works.
6 days later, 5 days later.
Castro almost made an incredible play right there. I mean, that was Yeah, that was a great play, but just couldn't come up with it. Yeah, it was capitalized. I mean, maybe Brian Holiday should be playing more. I mean, he's making a lot of contact. So
Not over Chad.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Alberto's in good shape here. Drive some more runs in.
Yeah, runners on the corners now. Good base running by Chad Cisco, as our buddy in the broadcasting booth would say.
Yeah, he is our good buddy.
No, friend of the podcast. But that's a lot of pass balls for Jan Gomes in that last series. He had a few, and that's another one right there. So maybe Gomes needs to figure some things out there. But Nationals played so abysmally against us that it's kind of hard to believe that this is the same team that won the World Series last year. But they did.
Yeah, I think you see that a lot with like the whole World Series hangover. You know, it might be a thing.
Yeah, I mean the Cubs kind of crashed and burned after they won. They weren't
Mhm.
very good the next year, so it just happens, I guess. And Hanser
Do a
Alberto
little
is now
step back. No more Anthony Rendon.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Carter Kieboom and I was like, wow, he's gonna have a pretty nice offensive season. He has so far, but I think you just miss a lot of what Rendon does.
Yeah.
You know, he's just a leader in the clubhouse. He's a veteran guy who knows what he's doing defensively and offensively. So I just think that they're probably missing the experience there. And Rendon is a superstar caliber player, so I get the drop off between Kieboom and Rendon is a little bigger than I expected, I guess. And we now see Paul Fry warming in the O's bullpen, by the way. So can't say I want Paul Fry in here. I gotta be honest.
Saw Paul Fry at a Harris Teeter grocery store here.
Same one you saw RG3 in?
Same one, yeah.
Oh.
Same one I saw Nate Carnes at as well.
And 3 outs. So that did not go very well. Hanser, usually the guy who gets every hit on our team. He has like 27 hits this year, pops out. So we'll go into the bottom of the 6th. It looks like that Paul Fry will be the starting pitcher in today's game.
I feel semi-confident with a 4-run lead that Paul Fry and company, maybe Keegan Aiken can hold it. We'll see.
Keegan Aiken.
Just don't put in Miguel Castro, and then I'll feel better.
True. But is Keegan Aiken even alive? Do we know? Should someone be checking on him? I'm not sure if he's okay because he's been up now for almost like a week, and we haven't seen one even warm. He hasn't even been warming. I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but
he too might be a hologram. I don't know.
He might be yeah. I mean, it's safe to say that Brandon Hyde has some trust issues early on with his pitchers. So, Jorge Lopez probably won't pitch for like 3 weeks.
Like the whole meme, it's like, this is why I have trust issues. But it's instead of Brandon Hyde looking at the record from last year.
I mean, he has the right to be, I guess. But, I mean, he has the right to have every issue with every guy on this team after the way we put up 54 wins last year. But I feel like we got to give Aiken a shot at some point. I mean, you just can't have a guy wasting a roster spot not pitching.
Yeah, I mean, even if you do have the 28-man roster, whatever it is now, he's a prospect. He's still a prospect. He's got to get his innings, got to get his reps, and you want to see what he can do. He could be a potential, 4th or 5th starter on this team next year. So,
I even brought
him soon.
Yeah, I even brought up, like, why bring him up if you're just going to start his clock and then not pitch him? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I mean, it seems like the Orioles have been extremely cautious about who they bring up and who they start the clock on. We can see that with Mountcastle. So I don't know.
Yep. Mountcastle's still wasting away there in Bowie, but they got to work on it. And he's not ready yet. Tomorrow he might be ready, but he's not ready right now.
I mean, that's what I'm questioning. How much of a difference does 2 weeks make? Is Mountcastle really going to learn how to play left field in 2 weeks? I mean, I don't know. This is not something I ever expected. He's still down. It's August 14th, and no Mountcastle, and we're not even going to talk about it at this point. It's just too depressing.
I think they went to his house and they asked him if he could play first base, and he said, "First base, how hard could it be?" And then they went to Ron Washington, and they said it's incredibly hard.
That's exactly what happened, clearly. All right, Paul Fry. Let's see what he can give us here. Hopefully a solid outing. So we got a strike on Cabrera. Cabrera is pretty dangerous this year. Been hitting well. So I guess against the lefty, I think was a good matchup for Cabrera.
Asdrubal Cabrera is like one of the most underrated players in baseball because like
he's solid. He's solid.
He's just like always good, like no matter what.
Yeah,
it's
he
crazy.
is always good.
Had him on my fantasy team, dropped him, but had to pick up Alec Bohm. So
that is a big move. Doubled against us yesterday in his first at bat. So
yeah. Good old Wichita State kid.
Yeah, right. I mean this is nothing against Thomas Eshelman. I mean, I think I really liked the way he pitched yesterday, but I wonder how it feels as Alec Bohm to get your first hit off Tom Eshelman.
I mean, I'm sure he'll take it. I don't think he's gonna.
But I feel like a lot of guys want to get their first hit off like Clayton Kershaw or something, like not a AAA pitcher. So there's that.
Yeah.
And oh my, Renato almost just botched that, but he made the catch. So there you go. One out.
Look here at the Orioles defense. No major changes. Like it's short, behind the dish, Brian Holiday, and Nunez at first. But other than that, it's pretty standard.
Yeah, still giving Dwight Smith Jr. the starts out in left field. It's going to keep happening. Yeah, he's hitting the ball hard. I mean, that's a plus. I can't complain there. But I mean, the bat's always been there. Like the bat's never been the problem. It's just that can he actually catch the ball, which we've seen earlier this week is not only a easy thing for him at all.
Eric Thames.
So, yeah, Eric Thames. Eric Thames is not really doing anything. Like he has not been the power moonshot kind of guy he has been in past years. But
yeah, and that was really only when he came back from it was either Japan or the KBO.
I think it was the KBO.
First 2 weeks where he just annihilated pitching.
He had like 14 home runs in April. It was nuts. I mean, we all thought he was going to break the home run record a few years ago. I think that was 2017. But he's kind of fallen off since then. Like he just hasn't really been much. I'm not sure why the Nationals thought that he was good enough to be their starting first baseman. But I know they lost Zimmerman. But I don't know. They probably should have made another move.
Yeah, the first base market's probably a little bit barren at the moment, but.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I mean, they could acquire one from Bowie. I heard his name is Ryan Mountcastle. He's available because he doesn't play in the majors, so he's available.
Well, the Orioles will be buyers, so
yeah, Mountcastle will be gone.
Yeah,
I wonder what kind of package we're gonna get for Adley. I mean,
well, you figure probably like let me think about that. Maybe the whole Kershaw plus Bueller, but Kershaw.
Oh yeah.
We'll
trade him to a bottom feeder like the Dodgers. I mean, why not? Why not? Still trying to get Eric Thames here. And he did. Struck him out. So there you go. Paul Fry. Maybe Brandon Hyde liked that matchup.
Yeah, he probably looked at the old lineup card and saw those lefty matchups numbers working out so far.
Sounds about right.
Now he's got Trey Turner at the dish. And, oh boy, that was a quick inning.
Yeah, sure was. So, not painful at all for Paul Fry. Better than I expected. I'll give him some credit there. And basically 1, 2, 3. So we'll take it.
Yeah, I think the Nationals got pretty scared this weekend. They're starting Strasburg and Corbin and Scherzer.
They have a right to be scared against the best offensive team in the majors.
Yep.
But yeah, the big three, and we're facing one of them tonight, Strasburg.
Yep.
I think probably this year is probably going to be the toughest one. I don't know. Strasburg's just looked really good so far. So, yeah. Hopefully we can put some runs up.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind. I think the Marlins series seem to be an aberration at this point. So.
Yeah, I mean Strasburg. I know the game that he pitched against us didn't go that well, but he sat us down for like 4 innings straight. And he was nasty, and then just gave up a few in the end. But I mean, he's tough when he's on. He's tough. So, but yeah, the Marlins series.
Pretty good. So it was a quick geez, that was only 15 minutes between the top of the first and the bottom of the sixth, I should say. So quick game so far.
I should note that Scherzer right now is a 2.75 ERA, which is a lot better than I thought it was. So there you go. I mean, Scherzer's always a tough target too. It's almost impossible to get hits off him. So maybe Scherzer's the toughest one, but I love the way that Strasburg threw like 4 insanely quality innings against us last time. So it's all going to be tough. Even Corbin's tough. Imagine thinking you know more about player development than Mike Elias. I mean,
comments here. We got a number of comments coming in. Attaboy Nooney, that's for Renato Nunez. And
the greatest first baseman
than DJ Stewart out there.
Totally.
Not a lie. We got Paul Fry excitement. We got playoff Kershaw is no good, so I guess we can't trade him.
I mean, I'm sure Mike Elias is already putting that Adley package together.
Oh, this is actually a good point by Ian. He's starting 2 games in one day because he did start on Sunday.
Yeah, it's true.
And I don't think this is a coincidence, Justin, but maybe it is.
No, it's definitely not a coincidence. Nothing against DJ, but we're just playing much better with Dwight Smith Jr. out there every day. And we're going to play a lot better with Mountcastle out there too. So Finnegan's back out for another inning. So I guess they liked him last inning, even though he gave up a run. But he's back out.
Got Anthony Santander.
That was a huge swing for a ball right down the middle, and he missed.
See on the Masson broadcast, it says it's batting 260. So I guess they are up to date.
I guess they are up to date. Yeah, not on MLB.com.
We're not pretending like this is Back to the Future, I guess.
No, but any stat that you see as far as like for the game, like 1 for 2, 1 for 3, that's all obviously in the past. I don't know why they're showing it, but man, he is carving Santander up here. That is 2 strikes on him already. But best hitter on the team this year, Matt? You think so?
I would probably give that to Alberto at the moment, but
yeah, he's
probably a close second.
That's a good point.
You know?
Yeah, he's played well. I mean, I think this is just more of the same of what we saw last year. Like he's been really good.
I mean, this is probably the best way that
Anthony
Santander, so I'll give it to him.
Anthony.
I
mean, I think Scott Garceau's figured out like every other way to say it, like Soon-Tun-Dare.
Rizizi.
It's been a rough ride for him so far as names go. Yeah. But Santander strikeout right there, so it's less than
continuing with the Gary Thorne tradition, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean Gary Thorne botched pretty much every name in the book too, but we'll give Gary Thorne a pass because he's a legendary broadcaster.
Hey, Scott Garceau, legendary.
Worked with Brooks Robinson, so yeah, I got to give him that. You're right. Baltimore legend.
Baltimore legend for sure.
Yeah.
Christmas lights.
I'm feeling a Nunez home run right here.
Okay.
Could be wrong, but I'm feeling it.
Feeling a Nunez walk. That's my guess.
Oh, okay. He gets in like these little tears where he just like hits 5 home runs in a couple days. But right now, I think he's kind of out of it a little bit. As far as home runs go, he's still getting hits, but the home runs aren't coming for him right now. But he goes on those days where he gets like 3 in a row. He just has a home run a day. It's crazy. The guy has so much power.
Now I want to welcome in Ryan Blake to the stream. You might know him as Orioles fan probs. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. What's going on, guys?
Just
nothing much.
Beverages, watching the O's.
There you go. It's a weird scenario. Orioles on the road at Camden Yards for the second time in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. We were just talking about Steven Strasburg starting 2 games in one day. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I already have a tweet saved up in my drafts for that. He woke up today undefeated, and he could be 0-2 by the time he goes to sleep.
Certainly. That would be insane. I mean, yeah, I don't know how we're going to play against him game 2. Like I was just telling Matt, like I think he pitched really well until the 5th inning last time against us. I mean, he threw for like 4 shutout innings, so I'm not like entirely confident, but it's gonna be a tough one. But we can win it with the way we've been swinging the bats.
Yeah, he came out sharp and then kind of fell apart there in the 5th. I think he might be favoring that wrist a little bit. I'm not sure he's fully healthy yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, you might be right.
He's been on the shelf for a while, so I've been waiting for him to come back. I have him in my he's the most expensive player on my dynasty team. So I'm kind of counting on him to do okay for me, but not
doing that auction league.
I'm in a couple. Yes, I'm the commissioner of a dynasty auction league, or I guess it's a keeper because you don't keep everybody. It's just most of the guys. And then I inherited a dynasty a couple weeks ago just out of boredom. I picked up a team that was pretty bad, but I've made some trades. My star player is Hanser Alberto, so we're doing okay.
Not a bad star player to have.
Nah, not at all.
That was basically right down the middle. A little bit low, but strikeout for Renato. But Matt called a walk. I called a home run on that at bat, so we're both way off. Finnegan's not looking too bad. I mean, he's been solid.
True outcomes.
Getting through the heart of the lineup right now pretty easily.
I was impressed with that.
Yeah, that was a good inning.
Better than I expected.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like last year, that he probably wouldn't get out of that so easily. He'd at least give up a walk or a base hit or something. I mean, definite improvement from him so far.
Yeah, he's one of those reverse split kind of guys where he's better against righties somehow. But he looked good against Thames there in the sixth.
Yeah, we were talking about how Thames kind of fallen off the earth a little bit as far as home runs go. Hit like 14 in April that one year, and then just hasn't done much after that. But yeah.
I know he came back from was he Japan or Korea? Where was he playing?
We were talking about that too. I think it was Korea, but I'm not positive.
I'm not sure. Well,
I think it was. We had when we had our guest on, he was talking about the KBO, and I think he mentioned Eric Thames.
Yeah,
gotcha.
A lot of guys learn how to different things, different ways to different swings over there. I mean, it's just such a different culture. Like as far as baseball goes, they play so differently over there. Like they can learn so many things. I mean, look at Dan Estrella, the way he's pitching over there right now. It's insane. Yeah. Totally changed guy.
Got a Miguel Castro warming in the bullpen. Are we nervous, boys?
Yes, very. I don't trust him with any
good
leads.
until the other night in Philly.
Yeah, I mean, his fastball can just get a little bit wild, and then he just completely loses it.
Yeah. Yeah, when his control's good, he looks solid, but he's been using his slider a lot more effectively this year, I feel like. But, he just imploded the other night.
Is that Ryan or Justin Timberlake? Can you confirm, Ryan?
Thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. I get that relatively often, and it's weird because I don't see it in the slightest. And Justin Timberlake's a wildly handsome man. So I don't think I deserve that type of accolade, but I certainly appreciate it.
Well, that's a 2 strikeouts there in that inning, so that didn't go so good. Actually, 3 strikeouts in that inning. So struck out the side there for Finnegan, but the heart of the order is not looking so good right now, but we'll heat up. I'm confident.
Yeah, I mean, they had a pretty long rain delay there, so I understand the rust still being shaken off.
Wait, who's going yard tonight, guys? I don't know if Eric Arditi did his Dog City.
Well,
who do we think is going yard?
Isn't it retroactive to last Sunday, or is it?
I guess it has to be. So far, no one's gone yard yet.
I had Cisco, so I'm holding on to that one.
Cisco. Matt, see if you can check out who I had. It was probably like Hayes because I call Hayes almost every other day, and then it never happens.
Going back 5 days. Oh, look who we got checking in here. Eric Arditi.
Hey.
There he is, the man himself.
What's up, Eric? How are you guys doing on Dong City this year?
I am 0 for 100. So
I've won. I think I got the first game. That's about it.
I'm off to a surprisingly good start. I've got 5 correct so far.
Oh my god!
I don't know how, but I went 3 for the first 5, and then I've gotten a couple mixed in there since then.
Let's be real. We also have Burners Row for a lineup, so it's not that hard.
That's true. That's very true.
It's definitely hard to pick a guy. I mean, when everyone's hitting home runs every night. I mean,
yeah.
Pat Ice Veins Valaika. Yeah, that's a quality nickname.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question.
So whose 2020 performance is the most legit? I'll let Ryan go first.
I don't know if you can call Santander surprising, but I think his is legit. I mean, he showed flashes last year, and because he missed a lot of the year with injury, but he showed that over a full season he could be a 30 homer guy, and he's got 7 straight games now with an RBI, I believe.
Yeah, 7 straight. It's nuts.
I think he's legit. So I'm gonna go with Santander.
Yeah, I gotta go with Rio. Just kind of changed everything. Just looks so much better, and he's still a solid defender. He always has been. So I gotta go with Rio up to this point. But Santander, Hanser, all having great years. Nunez, another guy, definitely could consider. He's been great too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my guy Chad Cisco. I think
Chad,
he's been killing it. He's always been like super high on base. I think the strikeouts are there, but he's got a lot of power. So I'm gonna go with Cisco.
is it legit though? Like, do you actually think he's gonna keep doing this?
Not to this caliber, not to this level, but I think at least on base wise, I think he'd be mid to high 300s is possible for him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Ball one from Miguel Castro, so started off kind of how we thought it would.
Yeah, it's a good thing about Cisco is even when he's not hitting the ball well, he still gets on base at a relatively high clip just because of his
you're right.
patience at the plate. So, especially now that he's hitting, I think you got to ride that wave while you can.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, he should be in the lineup every night, at least in DH or at catching. So, I mean, when you're hot, it's just so hard to take him out of the lineup. But Hyde did yesterday. I don't know why. Still won, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Castro's control's a little iffy again tonight.
Yeah, I can't say I'm shocked. hold your breath, boys. Here we go. Yeah, it's exactly how I described the situation.
Mm-hmm. How'd you guys Rio
Cisco, I think it's solid
Machado
bat.
over there.
Very solid play. So Zach is like 10 seconds.
I'm like, look at this
sorry.
guy. Look at this guy.
bad.
No, that's a great backhand play.
It is.
Nunez was. I'm surprised. I'm more surprised Nunez picked that.
Yeah.
What's that, Ryan?
I was just gonna ask, how would you guys feel about giving Cisco a first baseman's mitt, seeing how he functions over there?
All for it. Let's go.
Definitely. He played shortstop in high school.
Yeah.
So I think we got him a shot. Like it's at least worth a try. I mean, Nunez is certainly not going to be worse.
No, and even coming up through the system, I mean, these guys. There was talk all over the place about Cisco not being a great defensive catcher, and we saw it the other night. I mean, the umpire was one of the worst home plate umpire performances I've seen. But Cisco's framing was brutal in that game as well.
Yeah. He doesn't stick anything. He just kind of pulls it out immediately. Doesn't stick a single pitch. Everything is called, marginally because he doesn't stick it. So he's kind of a train wreck back there. Can't throw anyone out, of course, but it's definitely gotten better since his rookie year. I will say that.
Right.
It's a good point brought up by Justin. Do we think Cisco's a backup catcher for Adley, or do you think he's going to be a trade piece?
Ooh, that's tough.
That's tough.
I don't want to give up on him yet.
Ryan was at the winter meetings. Maybe you heard something there about Cisco being a trade piece.
I wish I had more scoops from the winter meetings, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? Business cards.
I do have some business cards. One of my buddies drunkenly handed Nats GM Mike Rizzo one of my business cards.
I
was standing next to him. So that was a little humbling.
No, I mean, as far as the Cisco thing goes, I would say that at this point he's not a trade chip yet. I mean, there's going to have to be at least a season of sustained success for him to be any kind of value. But I will say that being a lefty does help. I mean, there are not that many lefty bats catchers out there, so that's definitely a piece of value that he has. But with his defensive liability and not having a really great season yet under his plate, I mean, I can't see him be much of a trade chip, but I really don't know if he's a backup to Adley yet at this point. I mean, I just don't really think we're that far down the line yet, but that was a really nice pitch from Castro right there, by the way.
It was. I love a good front foot slider.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Speaking of trades, we have this question from Alex. Who's going at the trade deadline? A very intriguing question at this point in time, with the Orioles being 10-7. Who do we think?
I'm going to answer that question with a question to you, to the two of you.
Okay.
Let's say a couple weeks from now. I don't even. Do we have a trade deadline this year? I don't know.
Yeah, 31st.
31st. Okay. And
Yep.
It is okay. So let's say at the trade deadline we're 20-16, and we're third in the AL East, looking like we could make a push for one of those wild card spots, or even second in the division. Do we buy or do we sell? I think this team. I have such a hard time with this because I think it's a good team, but like,
Yeah.
I still think we got to, be trying to bolster our farm system a little bit.
Matt, I'll let
Zach,
you take it first. Okay.
Go first.
Yeah, so I mean, I think you can't buy at this point, but I also don't really know if you can sell because if you're in a playoff spot, I mean, if you're getting close to that, I mean, you might as well just try to ride with the team you've got. But I don't know if you can buy. I mean, I don't really know what kind of prospects we would be able to trade for a person that would have that much value to be able to be a starter on this team and actually help the team. Maybe you get like a 1 WAR, 2 WAR guy. You're not going to get much more than that. I just think like we don't have enough in our farm system right now to be able to make that deal. But I think you ride with the team you've got, and if we come out of this year pretty nicely, then we can make maybe a splash in free agency or something like that.
Yeah, I think for me, maybe you look at guys like Givens or Alex Cobb. Beyond that, maybe you trade a guy like Rio, but you got to look at guys that could be on this team in the future. And I think Santander, Alberto, he's a little bit older, but I think he could be a piece if you don't find that second baseman. So maybe those two guys, Givens and Cobb, that's probably about it.
Yeah, that's what I would go with.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that Tanner Scott has value a little bit. Just being a lefty, and he's pitched so well this year, throws 100. I mean, teams love velo, and he's gotten it under control a little bit. So maybe Tanner Scott, but
there's got to be someone out there who thinks Tanner Scott with a mechanical tweak can be a dominant reliever. So
yeah, he definitely can.
See him having some value.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen the flashes of Scott. Like, he's actually warming up right now, so we're going to see him in this game. But he's never been great, but he's always had the velo. He's actually toned it back a little bit. He used to be 100. Now he's more like 96, 97. Still has the wipeout slider, but I think there's some value there. I don't know if he's going to bring back a huge haul, but there's always value for middle relievers. There definitely is. It's a market.
Yeah.
Richard Bleier, case in point.
There you go.
I would say wait for next season. That's where I would go. Don't want to jump the gun. By the way, there's 2 outs and a runner in first in this inning. Trey Turner on first. So,
I think I have to say, regardless of the position you're in as a team, I mean, I don't think this is the year to mortgage any type of prospect for,
We're not trading
a Dean Kramer for Zach Davies,
No. Matt and I brought up, what do you think a deal including Adley Rutschman will bring back at this point?
Just
pure speculation.
I can't think of the last time a top prospect like that was
Moncada, maybe? Moncada for sale?
Yeah, Moncada.
Yeah. Or Glaber for Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah. What was Moncada? He was in the Chris Sale deal, right?
Right, yeah. He was for sale, and then Kopech and a few others. So
that's right.
What a great trade. Locked and reported. Yeah, you better. I'm hurting on this guy right here, but we're not actually going to do anything there. But Dansby Swanson?
Dansby trade. He was the number 1 overall pick for Shelby Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the Diamondbacks to the Braves.
This is a little too soon. This comment here.
Just no more Tyler Herbs for Mike Yastrzemski's. Yeah,
too soon.
The Yastrzemski
Castro's out of this game, by the way.
Yeah. This Yastrzemski deal is so weird to me because, like, at the time it was fine. He was a minor leaguer in our system for 6 years. He was never very good, and then all of a sudden we trade him away, and he's his grandfather. Like that one just
it makes no sense.
It angers me more than anything because it wasn't a bad trade. People are trying to clown us for trading him. It's like it was the right move at the time.
That's the thing I keep saying. I'm like, I don't know how you can blame Elias for this. If you look at his numbers, he's 28 years old. He really has done nothing in our system for 6-7 years now. I mean, there's no reason not to trade him. If you can get a deal like a guy you like, maybe analytically they liked Herb, they thought they could unlock something there, then you do it. I'm not sure you hold back on that at all. Jordan's right. Yeah, he's like 30. He's a rookie, but he's old. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes
that one just annoys me that he's doing so. I mean, I'm happy for him.
I totally agree.
He's a good dude. I've met him a couple times down at Bowie, but like,
I'm totally happy.
It annoys me that we're getting clowned for this again.
Hey, you're gonna no matter what GM you are, you're gonna have misses no matter what.
Yeah.
There's no way you could have predicted this.
No.
There's no way.
Yeah.
I mean,
just like
It kind of reminds me of the Mike Talkman trade because Talkman's another guy that kind of just sat in
Or
the
Luke
minors
Voigt.
for Colorado, and Luke Voigt too. Yeah, just guys that really were never good and then just kind of explode when they get to different teams. I mean, the Yankees develop guys like that all the time, so it makes sense there. But yeah, I'm not really upset with Michael Elias for that at all. I know a lot of people are. I'm definitely not.
Ryan's on the phone here. Understood.
Did I successfully mute that? Okay.
You did.
Yeah.
You're good.
We got Tanner Scott in here now, so hold your breath. But I maybe drive up that trade value.
Fine by me. What's he been said, like 98, 99?
Yeah. 1.8 ERA. That's insane. Like that is not the old Tanner Scott.
Small sample, but it's a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, a lefty's only batting 100 off him. I mean, that's probably in only 10 at bats, but that's solid. I mean, not bad at all.
Yeah, it'll play.
Strike one. Okay. I mean, he never used to throw first pitch strike, so here we are. Still 3 years to go before World Series. Yeah, I think he's right.
Yeah, or point, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of like in a weird spot in this rebuild right now because we're winning and we're not supposed to be. So where do we go from here? I mean, like what we were talking about before, do you buy or sell? I mean, it's just a hard decision to make. When you've got the young talent, like we do look like we're starting to build a core here, and it's only going to keep getting better with the prospects we bring up. But it's a tough decision. I'm glad I don't have to make that one. We're contenders right now, my guy. Yeah, I mean, maybe.
We're riding a fun wave right now. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I mean, there's really no reason to believe that this team isn't. I mean, I guess there's reason to believe this team's not good, but like based on their performance on the field, I mean, they hit. They're near the top of just about every hitting category in the American League, and the pitching's been good enough to keep us in games.
Yeah, definitely. Tanner Scott's got another strikeout, so more of that good pitching. Scott's been just insane, but that is the end of the 7th there. So we will be coming up in the bottom or in the top of the 8th because we are at.
I'm all turned around because of the away home team thing.
I know it's confusing me too. We're the away team in our own stadium. It's kind of weird, but Dwight Smith Jr. will be leading off.
We will not give up a walk-off home run in Camden Yards. We will not. No way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like. I think that we're talking about the rebuilds right now and being competitive. I think our team and our system is right now in perfectly aligned with the Marlins. I mean, they're another winning team that really isn't supposed to be winning. You got to kind of question what you do. I think the Marlins might be a little farther along in the rebuild just based on where their farm is at right now. But it's definitely a lot of questions for Michael Elias to make.
We got a score prediction coming in here. 11-7. Don't hate it. I would take that win any day.
Why not?
11-7.
I would assume that would be Orioles. I would assume.
I hope so.
Well,
let me ask you guys a question. Have you given up hope that the Orioles land Kumar Rocker at this point?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is he still? He's no longer in your future plans.
That's done. I still am holding out hope for a top 3 pick. I know it's not going to happen, and I'm the only Orioles fan who feels that way. But it is what it is. It's fine.
He's going to look great in a Pirates uniform. I mean, he fits right in. So yeah. I can't be mad about that.
As Billy Bean said, is losing fun? No, it's not. That's what losing sound like.
No. Losing is fun when you get a top 5 pick every year, though. I mean, it's definitely fun come every June.
Yes.
I'd rather be that bad than stuck in like a mediocre limbo.
That's what I'm worried about this year. Like, I think there's a possibility of that we get, 25 wins, 30 wins, and then you're stuck in the middle between a playoff spot and not. And then it's just, that doesn't really do anything for anyone. So we gotta figure out what our direction is as a team right now.
Only we could trade draft picks, move on up. I'd be cool with it.
I would love that.
My God.
I would legitimately trade a huge package of prospects for the 2nd or 1st overall pick. I mean, I would an insane amount of prospects ideal for that.
Yeah.
Give a quick shout out here to Ryan Blake himself. Bring in all these people on the stream. We're getting comments here.
Ryan Blake has insane clout.
I got a text message at the top of my screen. A friend of mine who's not even an Orioles fan, I guess he just tuned in, but he was in my little circle when at the winter meetings when my buddy handed Mike Rizzo my business card, and he sent me a text. He's like, "Just heard you tell the business card story."
That's a legendary moment. I mean, doesn't get much better than that.
I got to give a shout out to him though, my boy Adam. He's the one who got us up into the VIP bar with Mike Rizzo and all those guys.
It's not so bad.
Kenny was sitting there talking baseball with somebody. It was a good time.
Never bunt.
Never bunt.
Matt, go back to that one question that was just sent in.
Okay.
They won about 2 seconds ago.
This one or the other one?
I don't know.
This one?
That one, yeah. If we had another solid starter and another bullpen arm or two, do you think we'd have a decent postseason chance? I mean, we're already at 60%, so I'd say that's pretty decent as it is.
It's better than
World Series.
25%. I'll tell you that much.
If we win the World Series this year, it'll be the single most weird thing ever to happen. I mean, there's no baseball thing that has ever happened. Be more weird than that, but
yeah.
Dwight Smith Jr. grounded out there, so up to Austin Hayes here with 1 out.
This is a valid point, very valid point.
Pick the number 1 pick when you make the playoffs.
That is true.
You're not wrong.
Have you heard from Kumar in your DMs at all, or how's that going?
No. I sent him that message a few weeks ago. I asked him if he wanted to be friends, and then I think it was after we swept the Rays. I messaged him and said, "Never mind."
Yep.
We don't want you.
But no, I haven't heard back from him, unfortunately.
I'm interested to hear if Eric Arditi has invited him to crab cakes yet. I would be surprised if he hasn't. I mean, we got to know.
Eric can comment if he's still watching, but he's probably still working through that restraining order from Adley.
He's in court right now.
Adley followed him on Instagram, I believe.
He did. See, talking works.
That's a step.
Good for him. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge step.
All righty. Got some more comments rolling in here.
Let's go, Hayes. My guy has the worst luck. I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. It's unbelievable
how much on Hayes in one of my dynasties, and I'm very happy about it.
Good call. I feel like at some point he's just gonna break out of it. Like he has to. It's gonna be somewhere here, but he'll break out of it eventually as he strikes out on a terrible pitch. But beside the point.
He'll be all right.
Gotta pick that.
He'll be all right. I predicted an Orioles-Marlins World Series because the odds were insanely high. 100K potential, you might make it.
I'm so pissed. I didn't bet on them. I was going to, and I didn't. Never forgive myself for that.
That is not a good swing, Austin. That is not a good swing. All right, so Chance Sisco, best hitter of the team in the past couple of days.
Dong City pick. Let's see it.
Oh, yeah, it's your Dong City pick.
This is the question that needs answered. This question right here.
Is there an update on Adley and that Insta woman he hit on? No, I don't think so.
She still does not follow him, which is disappointing.
Playing hard to get.
I don't think Adley's going to make a whole lot of headway there, but I'm holding out hope for the guy.
Listen, I knew he kissed girls because of the mono, but oh boy.
Yep.
That was a joke Matt desperately wanted to tweet, but didn't, and you definitely should have.
But I did though. I did.
Oh, you did tweet that. I didn't see it. Not a dong from Cisco there, but maybe next
Not
at
quite. Not quite.
Not quite.
I don't know. We only get one more AB with the away team.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know who Brandon Hyde's thinking about closing today, but maybe Cole Salsa is there. I mean,
buddy, that was his sister.
Nothing more.
Hang on, what?
that was his sister.
Oh,
yeah.
That's okay. Not everybody's staying up on the TikTok game. I get it.
Not quite.
Adley definitely is like some of the cringiest TikToks I've ever seen, but they are so legendary because he's an Oriole. I'm gonna like it. But...
The Bachelor girl must have looked at those TikToks and be like,
no way.
That was probably the deal breaker there.
The one with his dad was just the greatest, and Matt was a big fan of that one.
Randy's got the move.
Randy.
I saw one of him dancing, and I think that's all. Yeah. I don't have TikTok. I'm not part of that.
Me neither. But they trickle their way through the social media.
They get on Twitter. They get on Twitter all the time. So
yeah.
This is a good point as well from Isaac.
Boost for his comment. Yeah, it's true. What was it? What was he said in Moneyball? He said, if he has an ugly girlfriend, he sucks.
13. No, okay. That one. Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Something like that.
Okay, that's fair.
Like,
that's fair. Fair point.
I don't have TikTok. That's why. Neither do we.
I'm very excited for this matchup here. We got Tanner Scott standing to face Soto.
Ooh.
I hope that's a great matchup. Just let him close at this point. I mean, honestly, he's throwing so well. He's probably on a pitch count of some kind, but I don't know.
I know Eric Arditi said that Soto at some point this weekend is going to hit the warehouse. I would take
He did say that.
under on that bet, but
honestly, no better time off a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's
true.
He almost gets hit.
I've got a bold prediction. I don't think Soto is going to be the guy to hit the warehouse. I think it's going to be Rowdy Tellez from the Blue Jays.
Ooh.
I could see him doing it.
Maybe Yordan Alvarez next year.
How about Vladdy and Oppo? I mean, first thing with the Blue Jays team, Vladdy goes Oppo off the warehouse.
That would be wild if that's the way it goes down.
That would be insane.
I'm
shocked Chris Davis never
eventually. I saw Gallo do it twice in 3 pitches during batting practice one day.
I saw Harper do it once too. Yeah.
I saw Flaherty pull. It was foul, but I saw Flaherty do it.
Flaherty did
one down the line. Yeah.
That's insane. Matt, you need to bring back the Flaherty Perry account for Orioles Twitter right now at the way it is.
Shall not be named. That was a secret, but okay.
Yeah.
Now we know.
But hey, very much.
I was going to ask, speaking of people behind Twitter accounts, do either of you know who the fake Oriole bird was? You don't have to tell me.
That one I do not.
I don't know.
I know a couple of them, but not that one.
I'm just finding out who some of these people are like years later. I haven't known for like a long time, but I'm just finding out now. But no, I don't know who that one was.
Yeah. I know who the drunk Gary Thorne was, but I never found out fake Oriole bird. And that was one of my favorites. That was always a really good account. And they've been gone for a while. But
I want to know Yoon-Soo Kim's translator because that was always one of my favorites. I don't know who that was. It's a great one.
Danny Lee. I have Danny Lee's game used hat. I bought it at FanFest for $20.
Oh wow,
it's a good one to have.
It's pretty cool.
Now it's the ghost of Kim's translator because he's
it's a ghost. Yeah, it's the ghost. He's in Korea now again.
Miss that man.
Translate, you peasant.
I miss that man.
Favorite tweet ever.
Yeah, he was a fun guy to have around.
With this news breaking that Judge has been put on the injured list, are the Orioles now the favorite to win the AL East?
Judge is a walking trainer's table. Literally a walking trainer's table.
Did you guys see that tweet from some Yankees fan the other day who was like, it's so hard to root for the Yankees. Everybody's always hurt. Cry me a river.
I mean, you can even look at Mets fans across the river right now. Just like what's going on over there. I mean, that's the hardest team to root for. One of them, at least. The Pirates, the Orioles.
So from one fan problems count to another, Ryan, do you know this question?
Yeah, Isaac, to answer that, he's been around for at least a couple years. I don't remember how long ago I followed him. I don't know who it is personally. I just know that it's the only other fan probs account spelled the same way in baseball. So I don't know. We kind of unintentionally befriended each other on Twitter and became cool since then. So we had a fun little rivalry this weekend. They swept us, and I tweeted him a picture of Kumar Rocker. And I was like, now we're winning. Now we're winning again.
I tweeted out a meme from our Foul Pole account and about the Orioles not getting Kumar Rocker. And then when we got swept by the Marlins, I took it back. And then now I'm really reconsidering all those tweets. I mean, I don't even know what's right at this point. Keep going back and forth between getting swept and sweeping others. So
yeah, I mean, you do that all season. You're a 500 team, so I'll take it.
Yeah, not wrong.
So Jordan Katz, if you're still listening, were you behind any parody accounts? That's the real question.
Definitely, he has to be.
Resoundingly yes, but
yeah,
we'll figure that out.
I'm gonna agree there.
I might have to create one and not tell you guys what it is. I mean,
there's so many of them out there. How about
I might have to
Scott?
He's insane this year. I mean, I don't know what the deal is, but he's a very different guy. Looks like Michael Givens is going to close, so hold your breath. But we are up 4 runs.
This Orioles team, man, we're something else. Is this the most fun team we've had since 2012?
That's a good call.
Yeah,
I think 2014 was just like actually good, but I mean in terms
they're
of like
actually
being
good.
a fun, exciting team to watch, I think 2012 is the last time we were close to this.
I think because in 2012, like there was no expectations at all, and then now there's also no expectations at all. It might be. I mean, I think we all expected a lot 14 that it happened. So, I mean, I don't know. It probably is one of the most exciting teams in the last years. I mean, it's definitely more fun than the 2018, 2019 rebuild teams. I can say that. Definitely.
I think the 2012 team, that was the first team I ever saw win in my lifetime. So
Same here.
like
Same
2012.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
Okay.
16 was a fun year too. I mean, 16 was like kind of like the end of the saga of all the great Orioles players we had in the 2010s. So, you know, one more playoff run we made, but
yeah, I think like Ryan said in this last comment here, 2014, 2015, pretty much the same vibe, just like all business.
yeah,
You know, Nelson Cruz especially, like we're actually good. Now it's just fun. You know, we shouldn't be beating these teams, and we are. So
it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Andrew Velasquez came in left field, by the way. What if one of the parody accounts is actually a player's burner? Did you guys see what Hanser Alberto was tweeting last night? Retweeting a bunch of Orioles memes. Yeah. Yeah.
What a guy. I love him.
He's probably the life of the party.
Is he going to replace Jonathan VR as hashtag I am Orioles? He might.
I could see it. Santander did a Q&A on his Instagram the other day, and a couple people asked him like who the funniest player was, and he said it was Alberto.
Yeah, I could see that.
Barrel laughs.
I'll be honest with you guys. It took me about a week after Hector Velasquez was DFA'd for me to realize that there were two Velasquezes. I didn't know that Andrew was a thing.
Yeah.
It took me a while to realize that.
Solid.
He gives me like
3 batting average.
Velasquez, Andrew Velasquez. He kind of gives me like Omar vibes. You know what I mean?
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get a lot of vibes. Like any small, not very good player.
That's literally all I mean. Just small, short.
If Scott is actually good and Harvey ever gets healthy, that's a huge 1-2 punch. Yeah, you're right about that. Definitely team control there too, like you said. You just lost 2 memes are giving me life. So that's an easy way to get engagement. Yeah. Fans do not like the Orioles fan base all of a sudden. We just came up out of the ground. We haven't been relevant for about 5 years, but here we are.
We are so annoying when we're good, and I love
we
it.
are so annoying. Chris Davis. What was the question, Matt?
I don't remember.
Something about who do you not want to give at bats to? Chris Davis would be the guy.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like we could be seeing an Evan Phillips closer situation going on here.
I saw him throwing next to Givens. Jordan, I did not see that.
I didn't see that either. You got to send this our way.
Please do.
Oh, yeah, I did see that one. I did see
I guess do a little DM action here.
Jordan has been getting incredible interaction on his tweets up to this point, like 150 likes per tweet.
You're speaking to the king of interactions over here, Ryan Blake. So
that's true. Ryan does even better.
Let's be real.
Jordan's been tweeting about it, though. That's why I said it.
I feel like just tweeting sometimes, Oriole Fan Problems account breathes 500 likes no matter what. You're good.
Ryan, I will say,
I was just going to say, I feel like I've been on a pretty steady roll of like at least getting 100 likes recently, which is working out all right. But
that's the standard right there.
It fluctuates. If you don't do that, there's definitely more engagement when it's, content about the Orioles winning.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely.
What were you going to ask?
I got to ask, when are we doing the next elections for the Orioles president and vice president? Because I don't know if Matt Pine might be thinking about a presidential run, but I've heard that he might be. He's gonna unseat you.
I would prefer a cabinet position. Just gonna put that out there.
That's fair. I could come up with a bit of a cabinet. No, I never orchestrated those elections. And
I don't know who
I'll
did.
Be honest, my running mate or my opponents were running some pretty negative campaigns.
Oh, you don't see the note flinging.
There were some memes out there, and I still came out on top. So I like to think that that my track record speaks for itself, and I'd love to run for re-election if the opportunity presents itself. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just tweeting and having a good time. I'm not
Yeah,
worried about any type of accolade like that.
But
I
on a
think,
real note, are there term limits?
What was that?
Are
Term
there
limits.
term limits for you?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think
Hmm.
it might have been Ranting Oriole who he had like a spreadsheet or something. I don't know.
He's
Someone who was
vice, I
involved
think,
with the
right?
election
Vice
last
president.
time. My vice president in Orioles memes.
Orioles memes. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and
Mhm.
Matt's gonna run under the ticket Ride the Pine. That's been discussed.
I like it.
I've been told
discussed.
this is not my.
Bring it on. Let's do it.
All right. We'll see what happens. I'll get the electoral with the counties in Maryland. Challenge you.
That'll work.
I'll be your running
Come
mate,
up with
Matt.
some type of map.
Let's do it.
Oh, this is getting out of hand now, Jordan.
Orioles Senate and Orioles Supreme Court.
Oh man, it's getting wild. Yeah, I might have to appoint some other officials. We'll see.
A kangaroo
Keep us in
court.
check.
Yeah.
I think Connor Newcomb, for as much content as he puts out, definitely deserves a spot.
Connor's
fair.
fantastic. Yeah.
Puts out a lot of content, so
See, he's got the in with the Cespedes family barbecue. So do you,
Yeah.
though. Whatever.
That's true. Jake DM'd me the other night, just to I forget what the scenario was. Oh, I think it was during the game that Sulcer gave up the home run to Aaron Judge in the ninth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Jake from Cespedes Barbecue sent me a DM and was like, "Can we talk about Cole Sulcer as closer? Like, what are we doing?"
It became kind of like a predetermined thing from Brandon Hyde after game one, just to throw him out there every night and hope it goes well. But yeah.
Well,
I know
here we are,
Connor in real
about
life. He's
9.
cool. He is.
That was quick. That was
Yeah. Still got another game tonight, which is kind of weird, but 7:35, I think, is the start time of that.
okay. Yeah, Michael Givens in for the non-save situation.
I feel
Gives up
pretty
a couple
comfortable
runners
here,
for Brandon
but
Sulcer.
yeah, we're gonna need him. We might need him. I feel decently comfortable, but you never know.
We'll see. Time to pull up my my drafts. I got something ready for after this game.
Oh boy.
I'll be retweeting.
Gotta have those drafts handy.
I will say it has to do with Orioles sweeps on the road and how long it's been since our previous 2 prior to this year.
Okay.
On the road.
I'm expecting a long while. At least 6 years.
Right. It's a 2-parter.
Probably 16. I mean, I would guess. Maybe 14. I don't know.
I can tell. I'll give you a little spoiler. So these 2 sweeps were both on the road, and they have as many sweeps on the road in the past week with 2 as they have since September of 2014.
Wow.
We swept the Red Sox in September of 2014.
Just overall.
Since then 2 sweeps. Well, 3-game series sweeps on the road. There have been a couple deuces in there, I believe, but 3-game sweeps on the road. We'll have as many in the past week after this game as we did in the previous, over 2,000 days.
Wow. Orioles baseball back. It's back. Rebuild's over. It's official. Not even joking. I invented a new position at the DBK for Connor. That's cool.
I'm assuming that means the Diamondback for that UMD connection there.
I would assume as much.
We got Carter Kieboom up right now, and Givens down 2-1 in the count right now, but let's see if he can come back. Yeah, we do have Tommy Malone on the mound tonight, guys. So
Tommy
not sure how I feel
Malone.
about that.
So
Always
Ryan,
gotta
you
go
gonna
back
be
to
doing
the watermelon meme.
you gonna be doing some live stream coming up here?
You know what? I'm thinking about it. I'm not tech savvy in the slightest bit, so I'd have to figure out some of the logistics. But
if you need a podcast to help out.
Yeah, right.
Maybe
I'll be hitting you guys up. But no, I mean it's something I've thought about doing actually for a few years now. But now that with this current broadcast team, I feel like I'd get a little more interaction. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've thought about doing something where I bring in like a different guest every inning, and we just kind of talk about baseball and have some Orioles trivia and whatnot.
Yeah.
Maybe do some guest a year in between innings. But yeah, I've thought about doing. I just got to figure out the logistics, like I said. But it's something to keep an eye out for sure.
Yeah. Did you ever do the lunch thing? Where you eat lunch and talk about baseball? I think that was the thing for a while. I saw like
Yeah,
you made a YouTube account.
yeah, I did. So I recorded 2 episodes, and they were both so bad I just didn't bother posting them.
Gotcha.
It's an idea that I'd still like to follow through on at some point, but it was one of those things where like I wasn't proud of the work, and I want to put something out that I can be proud of.
Get Mike Rizzo to help you out, maybe. Let people know
right.
about.
I'll shoot him an email. I'll be like, hey, I think you have my business card.
Yeah.
Maybe help me out a little bit.
I need some help on my lunch podcast.
Got some dissension going on here in the chat. Want to address real fast.
Please announce your. Oh no. I was joking.
Right. So rebuild officially over, and then we got a little follow up to that. Pump breaks kid. This is just the start. So a little infighting going on here, but
we're not. We're just trying to enjoy it while we can. I think we all understand that the expectations for this team shouldn't be a World Series win, but if we're winning ball games left and right, why not have fun with it? That's what we're doing.
Yeah, a funny story here from Jordan Katz here. One time, my roommate who didn't follow basketball, the Arizona Diamondbacks were the Maryland's baseball team, but no, let's call it the Diamondback. Funny story there. I think your name is Brian. Apparently, your name is Ryan, so we have to correct that for the record.
It's on the screen, isn't it?
I don't know if he's talking about the same guy. I don't know.
Yeah,
it could be a different Brian.
Matter of fact, you might want to do a little fact check on that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm loving the pairing tonight. I think you guys need to keep it going. Definitely. We can do it.
I'm down. I'm definitely down.
Yeah.
Michael Taylor gets on base here. Shuffles there into second base.
Dwight Smith Jr. is not out there, so that helps.
That's true. I'd rather see Mountcastle out in left than Dwight Smith, to be honest. But.
Oof.
Yeah.
Opened up a can of
there. Listen, we didn't think Mancini was going to be any good in left field, and he was able to at least hold his own. So
I've seen video of Mountcastle at Norfolk. He looks decent, halfway decent out there.
Yeah,
it's not really the glove as much as it is the arm. I just don't think they trust his arm at all. And his first step is also kind of the problem. But, I mean, if he gets under a ball, most of the time he's going to catch it. I mean, in spring training, he was making the routine catches. So, I mean, I would trust him right now. I don't really know the reason why he's not here, but it's a topic for a different time. But,
yeah. Well, as we wrap this one up, I'm going to let you guys do whatever it is you do at the end of the game. I'm going to hop off here, but I very much appreciate you guys inviting me on to talk some baseball tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming on, Ryan.
It's been a pleasure.
Let's
do it again sometime. All right, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
See you later.
All right, that was pretty fun as this game winds down. Definitely a quick, nice to have a game pretty much just a little bit over an hour. So
not over yet. You know,
but,
it's never over when Michael Givens is in. So
that's true, but Cole Saucer will be in sooner than later. So feel confident in that statement there.
Yeah, we're 12-7 at the end of this year, and or at the end of this day. So. You know, win the game tonight against Strasburg, and hopefully Cole Saucer gets the close. Michael Givens gets one here. But he's falling behind Turner here. I really just want him to throw a strike so we can get this game over with.
You're saying after they win, okay? They would be 11-7, okay?
Yeah, it could be 12-7. I mean, that's a walk right there from Michael Givens, so that's not great. So we're gonna have 2 on and 2 out here, down 6 or up 6-2. I shouldn't say down. That would be. Michael Gasher making it interesting. Yeah, always does. Matt, do you remember that game last year against the Yankees where Michael completely mowed the Yankees down at the end of the game, where he went through Aaron Judge and Stanton and all that with the bases loaded? He came in that closing situation. That was like the best Michael Givens we've ever seen. I don't know if he's ever gotten a game better than that.
Yeah, it might be the best situation. I think the best moment he had was also in Yankee Stadium when he covered home plate on that ball.
Oh yeah, I think we might be talking
there.
about the same game. Might be talking about the same game.
I want to say this was 2018. I think.
Oh,
it was
it? Okay, yeah, it might be. Because Caleb Joseph made the flip, if I remember
Mhm.
correctly. So yeah, it was 2018. Yeah, he's had some good moments. I just think it's he's even lost some velo, so it's time to move on. I'm the O's. I'm definitely making calls from Mike Elias.
Yeah, he doesn't do much for your future there, but
no. Good story though. Came up as shortstop, so good stuff.
Thank you, Jordan.
I think that was the Alvarez Grand Slam. Yeah, you may be right on that one. That was like a 14-inning game. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That Michael stayed in New York. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And as we say that, Cole Sulser gets ready in the bullpen here.
Oh no.
Safe situation, but there are 2 outs, so let's have some faith.
Just gotta get his arm loose for next game. I mean, why not? Are we going to see Keegan Aiken pitch next game, Matt, do you think? I mean, is this finally the time?
Next game, I don't really know when he's going to pitch because he's been up for 5 days now.
I mean, maybe he's just here for like emergency backup like David Hess was. I don't know. But
yeah, like swingman long relief. I mean, I guess Travis Lake has kind of been that guy, but
I got to be honest, I don't see the harm in giving him a start. I mean, if we're going to give Eshelman starts, might as well give Aiken starts. I know Eshelman did well. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying that it's not a bad idea to give him one. I mean, why not? It's worth a shot.
All right, got the 1-2 pitch. Michael Givens, and it's foul off.
A lot of suspense, but
a lot of suspense there. Had to mute my mic for a second there. Make sure my dog wasn't barking in the background.
Ooh, Velasquez almost got to that if that was just foul. I'm really confused about this whole Velasquez in left field thing. It seems like Brandon Hyde's new thing. He just puts a defensive replacement in like the 7th inning every game. So it's like Velasquez's role is just to play left field when Dwight Smith Jr. can't. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see why they haven't brought up another outfielder from Bowie, but
yeah, I mean Mullins and Stewart got options, so it's about time.
Yeah, I had really high hopes for him at the beginning of the year. Didn't work
Mullins,
out.
Mullins, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely rooting for him. I mean, I remember when he came up and replaced Jones, and Buck talked about how great he was, and then, didn't really work out that way. But, I mean, DSJ can't really field, so I'm fine with that. Yeah. Hyde manages like an NL guy. Again, yeah, definitely. You can tell. But he's not a small ball kind of guy, though, most of the time. So there's not that part of it. But
looks like we have the final out recorded.
Finally.
Orioles win 6-2, completing the sweep Sunday. So I guess, man, they're on a 6-game winning streak now.
6 games. So is MLB going to tweet about it every time we win? Because I saw that this is equivalent to a 15-game winning streak now in a regular season. So this is monumental what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's true. Probably, I guess it will. They've been showing some love lately.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. So that's going to wrap it up. And Orioles win 6-2. Going to be back out tonight in Camden Yards, the home team this time against the Nats with Tommy Malone versus Steven Strasburg. So that'll be entertaining. And yeah, that's about all we got.
We'll be doing our podcast tomorrow. So not a normal schedule, but a Saturday pod, and probably be releasing that on YouTube right away on YouTube Live, but it'll probably be on audio on Sunday. Just an FYI.
Yep, that'll be the case. So the brooms ready for next series, because we're going to sweep the next series too. Yeah, sounds accurate.
So, thank you for listening as always, and we will talk to you soon.